Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers and updates tease that Liesl Obrecht, Kathleen Getty, might drop a bombshell, although it's really not so hard to believe it could be the case. Liesl can tell, and has told Mona Reeves, Cynthia Watros, there is something very wrong with her daughter Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, and with Liesl's experience, she knows Willow's brainwashed. It's easy to tell that neither Willow nor Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, are the same people they were, but for Liesl, who hasn't been in town for 2 years, it's more pronounced. Drew actually was a hero getting Liesl away from Victor Cassadine, Charles Shaughnessy. He got her back to Port Charles in time for her to donate bone marrow to Willow, which saved her life. Drew and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, actually worked together to save Liesl and others who were entrapped on Cassadine Island, until it was Jason's second time to be presumed dead. Something happened to Drew after Jason returned, but the change was even evident before that time, when he was released from Pentonville. Drew had been brainwashed on Cassadine Island by the use of tarot cards as triggers. But he and Jason figured it out and faked Drew's obeying the subliminal commands. Liesl, who's had years of experience in brainwashing methods and subliminal control schemes, recognizes what's happened to Willow. Heinrich Faison, aka Peter August, Wes Ramsey, was the one with the cards. Peter may be dead now, but who's to say that someone else didn't learn the tarot tricks and reprogram Drew, who seems to have programmed Willow? Liesl has been keeping up with everything in Port Charles, especially when it comes to things about her family members. She heard about that Halloween when Charlotte Cassadine, Scarlett Fernandez, burned up Anna Devane's, Finola Hughes' house and got herself accidentally shot. She heard that from her grandson, and she had tarot cards. Liesl states her case for Willow being brainwashed and takes appropriate measures. She's not quite as concerned over Drew, although he may need deprogramming too. First thing on the agenda is to get Willow deprogrammed and the couple broken up, as she stressed to Nina after realizing the marked change in her grandniece. No one would have had objections to old Drew having a relationship with Willow had Willow not been married. But then old Drew never would have become involved with someone so much younger. Biologically, Drew would be old enough to be Willow's father, although he would have been a teenager. But one thing at a time, it's Willow's second time to be in a cult-like brainwashing, and she has to be convinced and want her freedom. Port Charles is no stranger to twisted schemes, shocking revelations, and jaw-dropping secrets, but no one expected Dr. Liesl Obrecht to re-emerge with a stunning bombshell that could turn the entire town upside down. The fiery and unpredictable doctor has laid low since her involvement in Willow's life-saving bone marrow transplant, but her sudden return has stirred the pot in a way only she can. And this time, it involves none other than Willow Corinthos, whose strange behavior in recent weeks is raising alarm bells. Has Willow been brainwashed? And if so, who's behind it, and why? Obrecht's arrival back in town doesn't go unnoticed, and her presence quickly sends waves through the Corinthos family. Initially brushing it off as a coincidental visit, Cardi and Nina soon learn that Obrecht's return has a very deliberate purpose. According to sources close to the situation, Obrecht has uncovered disturbing evidence that someone has tampered with Willow's mind, and the culprit might be far closer than anyone dares imagine. Willow, once the sweet, mild-mannered school teacher, and now a nurse and mother to 2, has been acting out of character. Those closest to her, including Michael, Sasha, and even Brooke Lynn, have noticed a subtle change in her demeanor, moments of vacant stares, emotional disconnection, and confusion that go beyond simple stress or postpartum fatigue. The woman who fought so hard to survive leukemia is now struggling with a sense of misplaced loyalty and subdued emotions. Could it be that her mind isn't fully her own anymore? According to Obrecht, the answer is yes. In a chilling confession at General Hospital, Obrecht reveals she found signs of sophisticated psychological conditioning hidden in Willow's medical records. Data points that indicate the use of neurochemical manipulation, hypnosis triggers, and other markers of covert psychological experimentation. What's even more alarming is that these indicators were embedded during Willow's recovery post-transplant, while she was under the care of a trusted medical team. Obrecht, known for her controversial past and expertise in unorthodox medical science, has kept tabs on Willow's progress from a distance. But a recent anonymous tip, a cryptic message delivered through a hacked hospital file, forced her to dig deeper. What she found shocked even her. Hidden in the post-transplant therapy notes were inconsistencies suggesting memory reprogramming, mood inhibitors, and even implanted suggestion triggers. Obrecht's findings raised terrifying possibilities. Who would want to control Willow? What do they hope to gain by manipulating the woman who holds deep ties to both the Corinthos and Reeves families? And is Willow a threat to expose something she doesn't even remember? One prevailing theory involves the ever-secretive Valentin Casarin. His recent shady behavior and deep ties to various medical programs overseas could point to a larger plot to gain leverage over Sonny and his family. With Willow being Michael's wife and mother to Nina's grandchild, she's a direct line to both families, making her a valuable pawn. But there's another theory that's even more disturbing. Drew Kane. Drew has been acting increasingly erratic since his stint in Pentonville, and though he's been portraying himself as a stand-up businessman and family man, sources hint that Drew may have undergone his own kind of psychological shift. His involvement in covert missions, CIA experimentation, and his unresolved trauma may have left him vulnerable to becoming a tool for someone else's agenda. Could he be unknowingly aiding in Willow's brainwashing? Meanwhile, Willow's own actions grow more suspicious. She has been distancing herself from Michael, spending unexplained hours at the hospital, and even forgetting key details about her children. Most recently, she cancelled a planned family trip without warning, citing vague health protocol issues that no one else can confirm. And then there's the moment when she looked right at Carly and called her a threat. Chilling words from someone who once viewed Carly as a trusted matriarchal figure. Michael, desperate to hold onto the woman he loves, begins to question his own judgment. At first, he tries to rationalize the situation: stress, fatigue, or even PTSD from her illness. But after a tense confrontation with Obrecht, who warns him that ignoring the signs could cost him everything, Michael begins to investigate for himself. What he uncovers may be more than he can handle. The evidence mounts as Sasha becomes another key piece of the puzzle. Having battled mental health issues and endured her own time at Ferncliff, Sasha notices in Willow some of the same psychological red flags she experienced while drugged and manipulated by Gladys and Dr. Montag. She approaches Obrecht with her suspicions, and the two form an unlikely alliance to expose the truth before it's too late. Things take a darker turn when Willow is spotted meeting secretly with a man later identified as Dr. Bertram Kepler, a neurologist with ties to shady international brain mapping research. The meeting, captured on a hospital security camera, is brief but alarming. When confronted, Willow claims she was seeking information for a continuing education seminar. Yet there is no such seminar on the hospital schedule. What is Willow hiding? And is she even aware of what she's doing? Obrecht insists that someone has accessed advanced mind control techniques, tools that go beyond mere influence and cross into full-on personality suppression. If Willow is indeed brainwashed, her very sense of self may have been fractured, with a false persona slowly taking over. Could this be a long con orchestrated by an enemy of Sonny's, designed to get close to the Corinthos Empire from the inside? Then comes the twist that no one expected. Willow's blood work, ordered by Obrecht under a false name, reveals the presence of a synthetic compound designed to enhance suggestibility and suppress critical thinking. The drug, known as CX-13, was once tested by WSB operatives for covert military use, but was deemed too dangerous. Someone has been slipping it into Willow's system. And now the clock is ticking. In an explosive confrontation at the hospital, Obrecht confronts Nina with her findings. Nina, devastated, demands to know who would do such a thing to her daughter. But Obrecht hesitates. Her silence speaks volumes. Could it be someone in Nina's own orbit? Could her desperation to reconnect with Willow have inadvertently led to this horror? As Nina spirals, Sunny steps in, and things get even messier. Sunny doesn't trust Obrecht, and the feeling is mutual. Yet even he can't ignore the evidence. With his family in jeopardy, Sunny begins using his own network to investigate Dr. Kepler, who disappears just days after the hospital footage surfaces. No one knows where he's gone, and no official travel records exist. Has he been silenced, or did he flee before his operation was fully uncovered? Meanwhile, Willow's behavior becomes more volatile. At one moment, she's calm and nurturing. The next, she's cold and detached. She lashes out at Wiley, something she would never have done before. Brooklyn catches her throwing out an entire photo album, claiming it's too full of lies. Willow's descent into confusion escalates, and eventually, she collapses during a shift at the hospital. The medical team rushes to stabilize her, but her vitals are unstable, and she begins muttering phrases in German, a language she doesn't speak. Obrecht, listening from the doorway, recognizes one of the phrases, a code used during her own time in secret WSB operations. Suddenly, it's all coming together. Someone has turned Willow into a sleeper agent. The implications are enormous. If Willow has been conditioned to act on hidden instructions, then it's only a matter of time before a trigger activates her fully, and no one knows what she's been programmed to do. Could she be a danger to her family? Could she be an unwitting assassin? Or is she merely a vessel for leaking private information from the Corinthos inner circle? Sunny tightens security around the family, forbidding Willow from being left alone with the children. Michael, torn between love and fear, agrees, but it breaks his heart. Nina tries to comfort her daughter, but is met with confusion and rejection. And as Carly pushes for answers, she uncovers something in Drew's files that could change everything. An encrypted message, recently deleted but partially recovered, suggests Drew was investigating mind control technology months ago, and might have stumbled onto something too powerful for him to handle. Was he trying to protect Willow, or was he the one who initiated the procedure? The walls close in as Obrecht begins pushing for an emergency reversal procedure, but warns it's risky. It could save Willow's life, or erase what's left of her mind entirely. The town braces for impact as Sunny prepares to go to war. Obrecht prepares for a dangerous operation, and Michael faces the ultimate test of love. Will he stand by a woman who may no longer be herself, or will the truth finally push him to walk away? Port Charles has seen its fair share of twists, but nothing compares to what's coming next. Liesl Obrecht has uncovered a plot that goes far beyond one woman. And if she's right, Willow Corinthos may be just the beginning. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.